Hellos and welcomes back everyone, and Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Ciaphas Cain here, my actual Jedi Knight, newly promoted. And where we last left off, we defeated the former Padawan of our Master Orgus Din, and were given the right to build our own lightsaber at the Forge. In so doing, and reporting to the Jedi Council, we were allowed to kind of overlook our final trials. The trials we encountered in dealing with Bengal Moore and his flesh raiders were considered our rite of passage, and we are now a fully fledged member of the Jedi Order. We have received reports that a growing darkness is manifesting on the capital world of Coruscant, and Master Orgus Din and we have been sent, or we are being dispatched to aid another Jedi Master in looking into tackling this growing threat. We don't know quite what it is, but we know it's there in some manner. Before we leave, we have one more exploration mission with Liam Dentiri here, and then we're going to get ourselves over to Carrick Station at the Republic Fleet, and we'll have a little bit of a tour. So,
Jedi, I wonder if you'd be interested in a little challenge. I don't ask everyone, but I've heard promising things about you.
What's involved in this assignment?
A war is brewing in the greater galaxy. The Sith Empire plots against the Republic, and the Republic looks to the Jedi for aid. But not all who train to become Jedi are skilled combatants and leaders. Many are scholars, diplomats, strategists, and scientists. Which is why we've created a simulation to test Jedi and Padawans and certify them to lead Republic troops.
You want me to participate in this simulation?
That's what I'm asking. The droids here in the yard have been programmed to act according to Imperial military protocols and battlefield tactics. Demonstrate your proficiency at defeating these droids, and you will be on your way to qualifying to lead Republic troops into battle. Can you do it?
You can count on me.
Excellent. The first set of training droids are ready for you. Get to it.
okay. We'll do these trials without T7. Need to try and prove it to ourselves that we're ready to, or we're skilled enough to start leading Republic troops into battle. It's not a test of our leadership abilities, it's a test of our combat capabilities. Those Mark 1 droids weren't so difficult.
I'm impressed. Hopefully we'll have something more challenging for you soon.
And now we can speak to him once again.
That was an impressive go earlier, but we've upped the programming on these droids. Care to give it another shot? Get out there and show them what you're made of.
So now we have the Mark II training droids.
Good work out there. We're going to have to get you a real challenge next time.
A real challenge, you say?
You made it look easy last time, but we've thrown some surprises in there for you this time. Get out there and show them what you're made of.
Need a Mark III training droids.
Another impressive round. Looks like we'll have to make things tougher next time. Your last round with the droids was impressive, but we've made modifications to their behavior that should make for a real challenge. Get out there and show them what you're made of.
So, surprises, tougher, modifications to their behavior. Okay. Well, they were certainly tougher, that's for sure.
Unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. But I've still got a few more tricks. Check back later.
Okay.
All right, this is it. You've been tearing through these droids about as fast as I can repair them. But we just received the latest combat simulation data from the Republic and combined it with the data we've collected from your earlier fights. It'll be tough, but if you can do this, there'll be nothing more we can throw at you. You'll be fully qualified to lead Republic troops in battle.
Now to defeat the Mark V training droid. Level 17.
Unbelievable. To tell the truth, I didn't think it was possible. I think you've more than qualified for the job of leading Republic soldiers in battle. Here's your certification. Congratulations. Amazing.
Thank you very much.
You really showed your expertise out there. Good work.
Thank you. And now our time on Tython has come to a close. There's one group of NPCs I would like to hear if they will interact. It's the Jedi Masters just here. Just gonna stick around for a moment. No, you're not gonna say anything? Oh well, so be it. The Jedi Masters there are discussing whether or not it is time to return to the Republic. And one of them has the thought or the belief that the Jedi, when it's time, the Republic will call for the Jedi. And that we should spend more time training, preparing the next generations. On each world we visit, or on most worlds we visit, I should say, we will find a terminal, normally at the spaceport or the starting base we end up on. This is called the Heroic Mission Terminal, and this is normally here, partially to save time, for those of you who just want to visit a world and complete the heroic missions. It allows you to grab all the heroic missions immediately and use the heroic transport items to jump around, complete the missions, and get off the world. But on some worlds, they've removed the quest givers who would normally give the heroic missions. So, even though we had Duzon here, at the forward camp outside of the ruins of Caliph, or, say, if you're playing as, let me get this right, If you're playing as a bounty hunter or an Imperial agent, at least one of the NPCs is missing for the heroic known as the Man with the Steel Voice. And you can only get that heroic from the terminal now. But our time has come. And here is Carrick Station, and the major rendezvous point for the Republic fleet when they're not on operations. So, we are here on the Republic fleet. Obviously, a few more rewards. Another experience booster, thank you very much. Of course, we have the Tython shuttle here. But we also have a shuttle which would take us to Ord Mantell, the prologue world for the Smuggler and the Trooper origin stories. Normally I rush through this, but since we've broken up the video, I'm actually going to take my time a little and do a bit more of an in-depth tour of Carrick Station. First things first, I think there is actually a lore plate somewhere about Carrick Station, and I think it's here on the inner ring, and then we'll talk about the various areas of interest. Let's just do a quick circle of the cantina and see if I can find that lore object. I could be mistaken. Oh no, there it is. During the final months of the Great Galactic War, the Republic became desperate to develop a new hyperroute for supplies in their conflict with the aggressive Sith Empire. To facilitate their new route, a nearly forgotten supply base known as Outpost 22 was returned to full service. By the time the Treaty of Coruscant was signed and the war had ended, Outpost 22 had become such a major hub of activity as to be indispensable as a gathering place, as the capital world of Coruscant itself. The base was given a new and significant identity, Carrick Station, in dedication to Zane Carrick, a once unassuming Padawan who rose to a position of great importance during the Mandalorian Wars. And here we are. So yes, Carrick Station. As I say, we've just ran around the inner ring here, and if we head back this way, which we will actually do, we'll head back to the elevator, which will take us over to the shuttles leading to Tython and Ord Mantell. But we have 4 outer rings, as well as other elevators leading to different sections of the station itself. Sometimes you will see these bustling news terminals. They are related to the conquest events. So at the moment there is a situation developing on the world of Dantooine. And if we want to learn more about that, we could actually interact. Why not actually? We're probably not going to go to Dantooine, but we can hear the news about it at the very least. I don't think it'll spoil anything. I don't believe so.
Tonight on Inside Report, Dantooine, pastoral backwater of the Galactic Republic, peaceful way station, or tempting target for the galaxy's most bloodthirsty criminals. Frontline reports tell us that Nova Blade pirates have invaded Dantooine, putting the Republic war effort in jeopardy. What drew pirates to this little-known planet? Illicit spice smuggling? Alien enslavement happening behind the scenes? Let's consult our panel of commentators.
And that's all there is. But if you have an interest, you can travel to Dantooine as both a player of the Republic and as a player of the Empire, and look into the situation with the Nova Blades, who we'll no doubt hear about in the far future. How's our conquest doing? Fairly well so far. So, first things first, we'll go into the combat section. We have various class trainers, dependent on what origin you are, as a Jedi Knight, Jedi Consular, as a Trooper, or a Smuggler. The final wing, or the final section, is if you wanted to re-specialize your discipline path. On the inner section of the same wing, we have the various PvP reward vendors. If we want to indulge in PvP, you will gain what's known as Valor. When you have enough Valor, if I can have a look at my PvP actually. Yeah, we have no Valor at the moment, we are rank 1. But both winning or losing will gain you so much Valor, and then you can purchase various bits of gear.
Best post exchange around. You need it, we got it.
So there's an armor set here. This doesn't actually require any Valor to purchase. We also get a unique resource called Warzone Accelerant, which can be used to purchase some high-end level 80 gear.
Good luck out there.
You also can compete. Let me find it here. Each season there are PvP events happening. These seasons coincide with the Galactic season. So we have another 26 days. And you can gain these PvP seasons tokens.
See anything you like, give me a wink.
So we could purchase the Cartel Delegate armor. Or the Cartel Enforcer armor. Unfortunately, it's not allowing us to preview what this armor looks like.
Bring your creds back anytime.
Ooh. You could also purchase some various mounts or speeders, like this holographic Rancor. We have the PvP mission terminal here. There is various daily and weekly events. Whether or not you are competing in the war zones, which have mission objectives, where it's 8 players versus 8 players, or in the arena, where it's basically PvP in a smaller map. We also have the Heroics wing, where if we wanted to pick up various heroic missions on the planets we may visit, rather than going directly to the planet and interacting with the heroic mission terminal there is a major terminal here. And then later on, we also have uprisings, which we may want to take part in. But we'll head over to the next sector now. We have a mission terminal here. I'm gonna grab the crafting trainer mission. It's a bit of free experience. All it wants you to do is speak to a crafting trainer. Oh, sorry, a crew skill trainer. And you get free experience. There are various crafting abilities you can learn, such as synth weaving to make robes, armor mech to make, I suppose, like, maybe heavier armors for, say, troopers. We have artificers to make, I think, implants and such. Arms tech to make weapons. You can have one crafting ability out of the full selection. I believe we have more crafting here as well. Oh no, there's a few optional crew skills here. In fact, I need a crafting skill for later. Why don't we take... We'll take synth weaving. Never we speak to her again. There you go, that's that quest completed, nice and easy. The next little section here is for the gathering quests. You can have up to 3 crew skills at once. We are gonna take a couple of these. I think I'll take slicing. And I'm gonna take archaeology. Scavenging is also very good. As we go on various...
News update. Dantooine under assault. The Nova Blades have committed a massive fleet to their raid on the planet's surface. More on this story as it develops.
I see. As we do various dungeons, there may be shortcuts which you can unlock. You are required to have certain crew skills to unlock those shortcuts. So archaeology and slicing are very good, as is scavenging. On the inner section of the crew skills wing, we have the various strongholds. We haven't looked at strongholds just yet, but once we get over to Coruscant, we will do so. They are basically homes you can purchase and decorate. And there are various things you can purchase from the decoration vendors here. We have an elevator here leading us to the Cartel bazaar. What you find in that section is there are various vendors offering sets of armor, various mounts, but you have to have reputation with a lot of those vendors. There are certain events, normally from like level 50 onwards, not always, but you can interact with these vendors and or the event and earn reputation for completing their goals. For example, the Nova Blades on Dantooine. If we look at our reputation here, if I scroll down somewhere, I'm gonna try and find... where... yeah. The Dantooine Preservation Force. With the threat of pirates looming ever closer, an emergency group has been tasked with protecting Dantooine. Outnumbered, they require assistance to keep Dantooine away from the pirates. There are various quests on Dantooine, and if we complete those quests, we will gain items which will boost our reputation. We now have the Galactic Market section. There are various NPCs where you can buy cheap mounts or starship upgrades. But this is where you would normally interact with the auction house of the game, where you may want to purchase, say, a weapon or a set of armor. This is where you can sell items to other players and buy items from other players, of course. We have the next elevator here, which is the Mission Departures elevator. There are quite a few different sections or different destinations this elevator will take you to. The major one we will be using is when we're called upon to respond to emergency situations. There are things are happening, and the Grand Master of the Jedi Order would like a specialized team to go in and resolve them. This is where you would participate in a majority of the dungeons. And then finally, we have the supplies section. This is where we can talk about item modifications. So if we look at our lightsaber here, this lightsaber, obviously we can mouse over it and it'll tell us what the stats contained within, or what stats this weapon is giving us. But those stats are only possible due to the modifications that it contains. It's made up of a hilt, a mod, and an enhancement. You can also adjust its stats slightly with a color crystal and an augmentation kit. Now, these mods currently aren't a very high level, but say I wanted to purchase a higher level hilt. We are level 17.
Best prices this side of the galaxy. You check.
Say we want to purchase
Appreciate your business.
this hilt here. We could then go into the modification screen for our double-bladed lightsaber, and rather than this hilt giving us 7 and 5, this one will give us 8 and 6. It's a minor upgrade, but it's an upgrade all the same, making our stats even greater. And you can upgrade your weapons, main hand and offhand, and all of your armor, as long as it's adaptive, all the way up to level 70 with these vendors. So there's various vendors all the way in these little cubby holes here. Once you hit level 70, there are other sets of armor you can purchase, but you really have to wait until you're level 80, where you can buy a lot of endgame gear from the next few vendors in the final little section over here. Or there is a quest hide and seek will give you to purchase level 80 item modifications. But we'll talk more about that once we're level 80 and looking to gear up for the end game. For the purpose of our story, we don't really need end game gear, but it might be worth looking into. I'm just going to quickly check. I have 5 Galactic Seasons tokens. Right.
Docking bays 38 and 11 are closed to public traffic until evacuees from Dantooine can be offloaded. Thank you for your patience.
You want me to be?
That vendor offers a slightly different item each week. I was just checking what item she was selling this week. Either way, this is the final elevator. And we have this transport officer wishing to gain our attention.
Bimkanaya nugan. Ejinim naya lak umnan mege. Bomogala apayang. Nilama imi amka angap. Memgam gamgi. Nina gegwan. Amnerna hanak.
That's excellent news.
Mem ilik meraka. Nayanaram. Kam kalu amikmanik. Manalayang perlu. Amka kalami naya kira nubua.
Okay. So what the officer was telling us there is a private shuttle which will take us directly to Coruscant. It is a bit slower, it'll take a few days, but we will get there safely. Or there has been transportation arranged on a vessel known as the Esseles, which will get us to Coruscant sooner, but has been known to travel through dangerous space. The Esseles is the Republic player's first ever Flashpoint, which can be completed in story mode or veteran mode at this point in time. Story mode means it's basically level synced down to level 10, making it possible that for your character and your companion to complete it alone. Veteran mode syncs all of the characters and all of the enemies up to level 80. But that is then, you then would run the Flashpoint with a party of 4 to make it achievable. There is also Master Mode difficulty Flashpoints, but those only become available from level 50 onwards. But we will take a break here. Thank you all for joining me once again. When we come back, I will have looked at various armors that we could adapt that I may wish for our Jedi Knight Ciaphas Cain to wear. I want to look at some various armor sets that we may want to wear as a Jedi going forward. I haven't really decided how Ciaphas is going to be equipped, per se. Of course, we have our double-bladed lightsaber, but what armor should he wear? I'm going to spend some time looking into that now, but when we come back, we'll be getting ourselves ready to head on and into our first Flashpoint, and on our way to Coruscant. As I say, thank you for joining me. As always, feel free to leave a comment if you so wish, and hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, though, take care. Bye-bye now.